Hey guys, Andy from Andy Godwin Fishing. Today's video is of the West Virginia Bass Federation Buddy Trail Tournament on the Ohio River out of St. Mary's, West Virginia. Didn't get a lot of film on this, so I'm just going to do a little recap here. Had some technical issues. We ended up in fourth place, overall, and I'm going to show you a couple pictures from practice of what we caught, and then I'll tell you kind of how we worked the tournament. Okay, as you can see by the pictures, we had a little bit of both patterns going. We had some brown fish up the river, so that we could catch them, and we could catch them really easy. And then we had some green fish working downriver that we could catch too. We didn't think we could catch them as easy as we could the brown ones. So we elected to run up the river, which is about a 27 to 29 mile run up to around New Martinsville and right below and a little bit above New Martinsville. And we ended up catching more than 25 keepers up there, around 25 keepers up there. So we went up there to catch them. We hoped that we'd come back by 10:30 at 11 o'clock to try to catch some largemouth down in the creeks. The plan seemed to work pretty good. We went up there and we caught a limit in about 8 or 9 minutes. Even though Mark lost the first two fish we hooked, we still didn't take us less than 10 minutes to catch a limit. And we had two pretty good fish in that limit. And pretty good fish on the river. You have 15 and a half inch smallmouth. Those are pretty good fish. They're hard to get rid of. So we had two of them in the initial limit. We ran to our second area, and I think I caught another one that was a little over 15 inches, and Mark caught one that was 14 3/4 inches long. So we still had 13 and a half inch fish to get rid of. So we ran downriver and fished another little area we fished about 3 miles below where we were fishing, and caught I think we caught 8 or 9 more keepers, but they were just 12 and a half inch fish. So I told Mark, well, we have two smaller fish in there. We can leave up here with 3 fish and go down and try to catch the green ones, or we can try to call one more time. Mark said, well, let's try to call one more time. So I ran back up to an area that we had already fished. I caught like a 17 inch smallmouth, so that gave us our pretty good bag right there. So we decided, well, it's time to run back down. So we ran back downriver. We ran downriver, got in our first little area. We caught, I think we caught 2 keeper largemouth in there. Mark caught them flipping. Didn't really help us. So, no big deal. We went to our second creek that we know really well. We know this creek pretty well. We went in there and we fished around. Mark caught like 4 keepers real fast. And then it happened. We were down there trying to call out a 14 and 3/4 inch fish, and I had one that I flipped a little worm in a little spot, and I saw her eat it, and I set the hook on a spinning rod, and I'm estimating the fish close to 3 pounds, so 2.5 to 3.5 pounds, so around 3 pound range, and it came up and rolled and went right over to one of those big clumps of grass that's in the creek and just went around it, and when it did, it pulled off. So our plan really worked for what we wanted to do. Even though that fish wouldn't have made us win, I don't think it would have made us come in second. It would have made me come in, I'd had, a 10.5 pound bag, which would have been good enough for third. I did end up calling that 14 3/4 inch large smallmouth with a 14 7/8 inch largemouth that probably weighed an ounce and a half more, and that ended up letting us beat the guys that came in 5th. So overall, it was a good tournament. I'll show you some pictures of the fish that we did catch in the tournament, and I'll show you some of the bait that we caught them on. Okay, guys, the big player for the baits that we were fishing for the smallmouth, this is a Mega Bass spinner bait, tandem willows. Seems to do real well up there, burning it for the smallmouth. I did catch a lot of fish on a little crankbait. We caught several fish on a crankbait, and then were 2 of the big players. And the other big player was the what I call the Elder jig. Darren Elder makes these from Ketchum Lures. It's called the BB jig. Me and Darren go way back, over 40 years of knowing each other. So we caught some fish on, on that. The largemouth that came into play, I was flipping just a little type finesse worm. I think it was a little Berkeley hit worm, and Mark was throwing flipping a little creature bait. I was pitching mine, like I say, on a spinning rod, real small weight, like an 1/8 ounce weight. Mark was flipping his on a 3/16 ounce weight, and he was fishing one of the Berkeley pit balsas or one of those type baits. So, like I said, good event. Ended up 4th place. Not bad. Had over 9 pounds, which usually gets you paid on the Ohio River. Between 9 and 11 pounds usually gets you paid. Took 12 something to win. Congratulations to Robert and Mr. Fleshman, Robbie and Mr. Fleshman. Known them guys for a long time. They had a little over 12 pound bag of largemouth. So, thanks for watching, guys.